Hi there, and welcome to my video today. I'm so excited to have you here because I wanted to show you something that I am going to do with all of my cards moving forward. Today, we are going to talk about how to recycle old cards and use them to create new ones. Now, this is a card that I received just for my birthday, and usually, when you get these cards, you just throw them out, right? Or you appreciate them for a while and save them, and then you eventually throw them out. But with this card, I am going to put a piece of mixed media artwork on here and then also another message inside. And I'm going to show you how I do it. The idea came to me when I was looking at my little pieces of art that I make every day for YouTube. I make these little shorts and I show you how I make them. They're all on my channel. And I was thinking, what a great idea to put on cards. So I'm just going to make a bigger version of them and show you how I do it. Another alternative you could do is use just one of the watercolor cards that come in the boxes. I have a box right here. Strathmore watercolor cards. And they're really great for just creating your own card. You could paint on them, put collage. But if you do not have these cards available to you, recycling an old card is a great way to do it. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut a piece of paper that is this size. Now, this was a great card to use. I picked it particularly for this border so that it kind of gives me a little forgiveness around the edges. This is a piece of mixed media paper. It's only about 117 pounds, so it's not as heavy as I usually use, but it's a great thickness for putting on a card. You don't want something too heavy because then the card will be kind of bulky. It won't go. It's kind of a thinner card too. So I'm just going to measure it, and for some reason I cannot find my ruler, so I'm just using my tape measure. It's my motto, use what you have, right? So this looks like it's about 5 inches by 7. So it's a perfect match, 5 by 7 on the inside. So what I'm going to do is just mark off 5 by 7 on my paper and cut it out. Okay, so here is my piece of paper. I did end up cutting it a little bigger than 5 by 7 because if you cut it exactly 5 by 7, then it won't cover the borders of the actual original card. So you can see it covers it and kind of makes it a new card. So now what I'm going to do is just create a little mixed media on top. And what's great about it is you can really customize it for whatever kind of card you're making. So I will do a birthday card and I'm just going to add some papers and paints and kind of do it the same way that I make my little mini cards and see what shows up. So I'm going to start with some cadmium orange hue, and I'm also going to add some just white gesso to kind of lighten it up, as well as some fluorescent pink. I love the combination of these three colors, and it just kind of gives a rosy orange or a peachy pink. So I'm just moving it around on the paper, just kind of getting started. I don't want to get too much paint down because I have a small area and I know I want to put some sentiment there. I also want to put an object there. So I'm just lifting up some of it to hopefully make a little bit of a stencil mark underneath. So you can kind of see that pattern underneath. And then I'm adding some turquoise. It's actually bright aqua green and just kind of blending that with some gesso so it's not quite so bright of a color. And just kind of blending it in with the pink, adding a little contrast color to it. And not thinking too much, just playing around. This is a jelly plate print that I made with that same stencil, so I thought it might be cool to incorporate it in another area with similar colors just to kind of bring the shapes together in a different way. One is a little more subtle in the lower left corner, and then you can see it brighter in the upper right. And then this is just that kind of peachy color again with a different kind of hue of it. I'm making it a little darker and adding some just basic circles, adding some interest to that area of the card. Because I'm trying to keep in mind that there is going to be writing, there's going to be that butterfly, and I'm just trying to figure out while keeping a little bit sense of whimsy, also planning ahead just a tiny bit because I know there are certain things that are going to go on the card. So this is just a simple stamp of cursive writing that I like. And I love that butterfly, so I really wanted to use that as part of the card. This is just an inkjet printout on deli paper. Very simple to do. It's a royalty-free image that you can find on the internet. And just putting that on with a glue stick. This is a Sharpie paint pen. So it's not a Posca marker, it's much thinner, but it has similar qualities. I'm really impressed with them. I do like these paint pens. This is like an orange-ish color to kind of blend all those colors together, the pink and the orange and the white. Just adding some marks around the paper, keeping some space open for the eye to wander. And this is how I make the sentiments. I use a micron pen. I write on a piece of deli paper and just kind of have fun with the cursive. Sometimes I do print, sometimes I do cursive, but I thought this might be nice to use cursive on the card. And then I literally just cut it out and glue it on. I get a lot of questions about these sentiments. There's not really a lot of fancy work done here. It's just writing it on the paper and slapping it on with some glue. So you can have a lot of fun with different kind of scripts, different writings. I love deli paper. It's just so versatile. And then this is soft gel. I am going to use soft gel to adhere the paper to the card because it's a little stronger than the usual fluid matte medium that I use. It gives just a little bit more strength when I'm putting this paper down on it, just so it doesn't pop up off the actual card. And there it is. So simple. And what a great way to reuse cards and not waste them. So I'm just going to put another piece of that same paper. I just cut a similar size, and I'm going to use that um, gloss gel again, the stronger gel, and just glue it in there. And then I can write any sentiment that I want on the inside and maybe make it personal, maybe do a little mixed media on the inside as well, but it just provides a blank palette. And there it is. Here's some of the details of the card. You can see a little better up close. Just really a lot of fun to do, and it really didn't take that long. It was less than 15 minutes, and it's such a personal way to give someone a nice little added touch to their birthday present. So I hope you enjoyed following along here. I love creating things for you. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And I am going to show you two other videos right here that are similar to what you just saw, a little bit more of a mixed media on paper. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope to see you again soon.